Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1602. I'm your host, Arwin. And before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That would be much appreciated, and it can really use the support actually. So please, support your local Arwin. That would be great. Looking forward to having decent dinner again. Anyhow, weather today is mixed. It was a little bit sunnier earlier, but now there's big clouds coming over. Not big enough to drop rain or anything, but I hope the sun comes back soon. Overall, it's been a decently beautiful day. I put my plants outside again on the balcony. Right. Right. It's Tuesday, the 16th of May, 2023. Let's check temperature. $16 degrees. Feels warmer. Oh well. Right. Anyhow. So, where is everybody? Yesterday, people rolled in pretty much immediately. Yesterday was a good show. Right. And after that, the Flat Earth debates was decent enough, but it didn't last super long. Nathan had computer problems again. So that's not gonna go away anytime soon. Hello Richard G, first in chat, good to see you. How are you doing? I'm doing great, by the way. Please got the live show though. Yes, we did, and that was good enough. But the after show lasted like 15 minutes or something. Was not very long. Hey, Skeptic936, good to see you, man. Slept good? Yeah, me too. No, I slept great. I took a shower pretty, yeah, in the evening. And yeah, I feel great. Hey, the bad guy. Oh, I'm gonna check something. Do we have squirrels over here? No, not so much. Well, not like in the city or anything. Oh, hello, Dank. No notification? Yeah. That happens. Anyway, welcome. But yeah, we don't really have squirrels here. I mean, where there's actual forest with no houses or whatever, or cars everywhere, yeah, there are squirrels over there. But they don't like to really hang around in the city over here. Maybe there's too many cats or something, I don't know. To terrorize your planet? Really? Yeah, that is annoying. A bunch of squirrel vandals. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could like use a slingshot on them. Just start shooting nuts at them. That would be ironic. And eventually, like, if it just doesn't feel safe around those plants, then because at a distance suddenly something hits them, then eventually they might be conditioned to like not do that anymore. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could say like, "Oh, I'm gonna slingshot rocks," but I mean, you could accidentally end up killing it then. So you might not want to use rocks on your slingshot. So not, yeah, that's funny, isn't it? But that wasn't actually meant as a joke. I know it sounds funny. Bylaws again? What, for shooting a nut at a squirrel? Nah. Besides, it's not like you would have to be doing that like every day. I mean, if that's the case, then there would be no use, because then the conditioning's not going to work. It's all about like making sure that he doesn't see you when you do it. So you have to like really sneak up on him, so that he just feels like it's like he's perfectly safe, and then shoot at him, right? That's the, if you just walk up to him then shoot him, yeah, he knows like, oh, you'll keep coming back. So it's important that you sneak up on him when you do it. You love animals? Wow. You love animals that trash your garden? I wouldn't. Fuck those animals. I mean, animals are really cute until they start sabotaging and vandalizing your stuff, and then they can go fuck themselves. Serious. Hey LSG, good to see you. Going to eat it? What? Not telling you to like shoot the squirrel and kill it. It's just unexpectedly slap it in the face, basically. But the unexpected part is very important. It's not just like, oh, boo, or something out of nowhere. That's not gonna do shit. I mean, yeah, it'll go off, but it'll just return eventually. But if it gets hit in the face unexpectedly, that's much more unnerving for it. It'll probably stay away after that. Know this from experience, guys. Chase it off with a hose. Right, yeah, that would work, but I mean, it will return. It's really tough to like permanently scare off a squirrel. I mean, they're pretty startly, but they're like always startly, so it doesn't really get to them as much. But a hard slap on the fingers, basically, totally out of nowhere, that startles the shit out of them, and then they get like paranoid there. Right, as yeah, that sure, that could work, I guess. Hilarious. Yeah, I think also what could probably also work, but this is kind of weird, so it's not like easily available or anything. But if you could like chemically create something that's kind of equivalent to ant bite acid, right? Which is just kind of painful, but not really dangerous. And you could make blow darts with that shit. That would work guaranteed. If you could literally just like poof, and they get like a pretty nasty bee sting like thing out of it. I mean, that will work. Right? Squirrels don't like to hang around bees' nests, for example. But I mean, it might be a bit of an effort. make sure they don't get poisoned to death or something. Environmentally friendly pest control. Whatever. Anyway, I'm not having squirrel issues here. Sometimes the birds get a bit behavioral, like the magpies get a bit vandalistic. They're the ones that always keep trashing my bee hotel in the morning and screw around, and they all have like the jackdaws too have like weird behaviors with the rocks. Like sometimes they like almost like they're like decorating the house, and they seem to want to put rocks in certain places. Really? Yeah. It's weird. I don't understand why they're doing it, but it seems to be like give off a feel of like somebody doing house decoration. And that kind of stands out to me. It's like, that's really weird behavior. Because they screw around with these pebbles, and I can like clear off the pebbles off the tile surface right there on the rock, on the roof. But they will actively throw rocks back on. Really. And then they do it very quickly. It's like, why do they do that? It's like they have a sort of a rock garden thing going or something. It's weird. But they always do that. The jackdaws. Right. All of this, by the way, has very little to do with globe replacement syndrome. But, yeah, because that's something else. I don't know. I put it in the title. I don't even remember exactly why. It has to do with... Yeah, in reference to Witsit also. Witsit's being really weird out there. He really does think he's now the Pope of Ether, and it feels like he's starting a cult. Like actually doing that. It's weird. Anyway. What is globe replacement syndrome? Well, globe replacement syndrome is basically, well, replacing the globe. Like, what does the globe religion provide? A answer to everything, or rather the claim of knowing everything. If you believe in the globe, you know everything. You're with the people that have figured it all out, right? But when you then realize they were all just bluffing and lying and was just mathematical garbage and it doesn't actually even work together, then you get that disappointed vacancy where you're like insecure, like, but I want to know it all again. I felt so on top of things, feeling that I knew it all. And so then you start to dig around in information and mechanics in order to try to like reconstruct a new presupposition. So it's literally replacing the whole globe structure and what it provided for with your own idea. That could be ether, for example. It's very much in line with globe replacement syndrome. But also disk earthing, where you literally set yourself to how it's supposed to look like and bypass all these mistakes, doing the same thing as the globe, right? Bypassing all these inconsistencies. That's what the globe's full of it. We all know about it. Well, disk earth does that too, and in that sense it is a globe replacement syndrome at play. Right, fill the void. Indeed. Right, but it comes forth from this false position where you were lied to and made to believe in a very futurist way that you were able to know everything, that you're with a crowd that knows it all and has an answer to everything. Well, even though it doesn't really, but it pretends to. And if that made you feel really empowered, because that does that, it's like, oh, I'm with a crowd that really knows it all. Makes you feel empowered. Well, that feeling can be very addicting. It's the same, it's like you're with a powerful group of friends type of feeling. Right? Makes you feel very competent. We're talking about feelings here. This is not about a rationality. This is purely the feeling aspect of it. Well, a lot of nerds especially had that feeling from it. It's like, yeah, I might be ugly looking and I'm like ill social mannered and I don't know how to deal with women, but I'm really smart and I know everything about the globe, and so I'm like, later I will be really respected, and right? And it's fair enough. Fair enough. But if you then find out like it was all fake, then it's like, then I've been hoping for something that would never come. That it was all for nothing. That's a really dreadful feeling you get. And so people try to replace it. Try to find something else that will give you an echo of that feeling. So it's like chasing a drug high, like chasing heroin. Right? You'll never get that same experience from that first hit. So it's like when you break out of realizing it's a globe and it was really doing it for you, you really got a kick out of that. Well, then it's like being withdrawn from heroin. Yeah, and you know how freaking messed up that can get. Even just psychological. Of course, also physical. It's not going to have a physical repercussion as much. But psychological, it's going to be demonic. Because your whole world's just taken away from you, effectively. Literally. But the world of comfort and feeling inside and having a purpose, knowing a path with it. And then suddenly that's all taken away. It's negated. It's dreadful. Very, very dreadful. So you will naturally, to try to solve the hurt, find something to replace it. Go look for it. Have a new mission. And that way you can stave off the dread, because you can have hope that you'll find it again, whatever it's going to be this time. And then eventually you do stumble upon a couple of really interesting factoids out there, or aberrations, and then you're like, this is it. This thing is the thing that's going to replace what I lost. Like ether. Ether is everything. Counter space. Right? Oh, magical technobabble, circular reasoning. Everything. And then you have your globe replaced. And you're like, oh, thank God. I feel like I'm in control again. That's what it is. Everything I describe is pretty accurate here. And there will be many flat earthers that get to face this. Will they be able to actually let go of the addiction, right, of the globe? And if not, well, then you're gonna be very stressed out, on average more hostile to other flat earthers, and you're gonna try to find some magical thing, an aberration, that will make you feel like you're on top of things again. And that's called globe replacement syndrome, that entire cycle of behavior. Sweet, sweet globe hair. Yeah, sweet. It's not that sweet. There's a lot of dirty side effects. And you turn demonic, right? Which is kind of interesting because, hey, Heroin, or what is it? Not heroin. The other one, methadone, or morphine. That's it, morphine, which is basically the same substance but treated differently. But yeah, morphine literally makes you demonically possessed if you do it long enough. I've seen it happen. My mother got on that when she had cancer and all that, and it went all bad. Like, that stuff literally makes you demonic. So in that sense, yeah, it is global heroin. You just become possessed. You turn into a raging gamma and a spaz, crazy double-faced freak is what you turn into. Just a normal person, and then somebody questions the globe and you turn into a straight-out skexy demon all of a sudden, and everything goes. Like, suddenly, oh no, you can go anywhere on a threat level or whatever, right? Or manipulation. Suddenly, no, there's a different way of approach when you're dealing with a flat earther, so you can just turn demonic then. Yeah. It's kind of like heroin, isn't it? Yeah, somebody threatens to take your stash. Have you ever tried to threaten a heroin addict to take away their stash to their face? Yeah. Looks familiar, doesn't it? So that laughing remark there, Aries 106, is actually quite on target. So there you go. Globe replacement syndrome. It's kind of serious. It can be equated with the psychological aspects of heroin addiction and the long-term side effects of methadone. I keep saying that. Morphine. That's the one. Methadone. So. I got some salad here, and I need it because I'm actually kind of really hungry. I don't know, by the way, if it's because of eating all the greens, but I feel like very regenerated in the last few days. Like, my jaw is like doing great. It's not perfect, but it's like almost no more a nuisance at all. It's been a while. Months. Hey, hello, DeFrank, J. DeFrank. Yeah. Installed another panel, by the way, in this building. Just like, I have a very funny, neat-looking little crane system, but that thing has like unbelievable reach. It's so small. It's like this robot crane thing. Hold on. There, between pillars. Or the red thing. It's tiny, but that thing has like, could reach to above this building. It's pretty incredible. And like carry pretty damn heavy panels too. So yeah, very curious looking but impressive machine. Yeah, thanks for the scratch on the rocks there. Brilliant. Right, anyhow. Right, so yeah, guys, I'm up for talking about whatever. I think I just sufficiently explained about global replacement syndrome. I think that by those explanations, you will be capable of seeing a whole bunch of patterns that really work out fractally. You could name examples, comparison. I mean, you could literally like just take profile of typical heroin addict behavior and then put it right next to globe fanatic behavior when dealing with flat earthers. I mean, I think that if somebody literally did that with footage and all that, that would be shocking how much it would be alike. I think it actually is much more than just like, oh, it's sort of a comparison. Now, it might be like really close. Of course, heroin addicts will be much more burdened by the physical results of it as well, and which has also influence on their brain and such, which globers will not experience. But like the form and the typical choices of behavior and the overall social attitude, I think that it is very comparable. It might be like uncanny levels. Right. But well, yeah, I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Okay, guys, is that it? Is that it? That's all there's gonna be today. I can't like talk another hour about globe replacement syndrome. What? I don't know what you're talking about, to Frank. Okay. Oh. Alright, okay, that's a village that's not super distant. I think it's like 10 or 15 kilometers away. Maybe, yeah, maybe more. Why? Why do you ask, DeFrank? Requesting another hour. Wow. Why, Aries? It's kind of creepy. Why would you want to hear more about that? That's like the heroin addict going to like yeah, people that are, what do you call that? A rehabilitation course, but yet still being honest. Like, oh, I want to see more how these people get off the heroin while you're literally just taking it anyway. That's what that kind of is like, Aries. Just one more fix. Am I a football fan? No, not really. No, I'm not a sports fan in general. I mean, sometimes I feel like it, and when there's like international competitions stuff and all that, I'll watch it probably. I'll watch the games, but I'm not generally very interested. Okay. Dude. Yeah, and I heard there was a little kid over at you in your neighborhood somewhere there who fell off their bike and then hurt their knee somewhere in the last year. Did you hear about that, DeFrank? Like, the fuck? Who cares? Sorry, but who cares? Did the dog survive? Of course the dog survived. I mean, Dutch kids don't like hurt dogs. I mean, they're not like American city people, if you know what I mean. Youths. They're not American youths, right? That you see in the news all the time. They're just kids that are annoying and like to fuck around, screw around. I mean, there's kids like that here too. They're just at that age. I used to do that sort of shit all the time. Now, we never really like attacked people or anything, but I knew kids that would do that sort of shit when they were just in the mood like that. It was completely irresponsible, and like, I never did that because I never enjoyed hurting people, especially like elderly. I mean, I could get a bit rough in school with fellow kids sometimes, but I wouldn't like really hurt them. I would just like get a bit brawly and shit. But yeah, I mean, shit happens. I mean, that an elderly man walking with a dog getting harassed by little kids, that happens pretty often. It doesn't happen like every freaking day, but I mean, like in one, but that's like a pretty common occurrence, I say, right? Like even in the olden days, that shit just would sometimes happen. That would happen 100 years ago. That would happen 200 years ago. Maybe even 300, right? That's like a super. It's. And where did you even get that? Did you read that in a local news item or something? Depends on what kind of dog you're walking. Yeah, well, old people usually don't walk with really large dogs, if you know what I mean. So, because they might like dislocate their shoulder from those dogs. Or break something. Don't they have respect towards elders? Well, kids usually have respect towards their own elders. But when you're of a certain age, you're just gonna go ballistic on everything. And I mean, some old men and or old people can get like really at a bad tone with teenagers. Because they like really get like, I hate teenagers. They're like always troublemakers. But then those teenagers really respond to that, and it's like they become sparring partners basically, and that can get out of hand. So if there's, I can't imagine that kids would just like randomly assault some old person they don't know. I can't imagine that. I mean, I've seen that sort of shit. It seems like that happens in the United States, and sometimes even in England. But over here, I mean, I'd have to see it to believe it. Facebook, oh goody. Yeah, it's all garbage anyway. All that shit that comes in the news like that's all super over politicized. It always becomes like that. It's like, no. It's just some kids get like that. And usually after that's like exposed, they do learn from that and then don't do that again. But I don't know. Yeah, like did they like completely beat him up? But is he in the hospital? Like I don't even know the details of this, Frank. Yeah, delete Facebook. That would be my recommendation too. Especially if this is the kind of information you're going to be lifting from it. I mean, you might just as well just go watch CNN then. Yeah, I never had Facebook, by the way. It's very, very opposed to it. Yeah, I remember that, Rich G. I mean, even South Park had an episode about Facebook and how, like, you can't delete it. It was a hilarious episode. Where they made a Tron version out of it and they play Yahtzee. But I thought it was a great episode. Just knocked him over. Oh, okay. Well, it can still be really messed up for an old person, but I mean, if he's not in the hospital or anything, then it's like, oh, yeah, did you hear? The neighbors had a loud discussion again last night. Like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, but I mean, whatever. Some kids knocked some old person off his feet. The youth of these days, but it's always been like that. It's not these days. I mean, there's a good chance that that old man did exactly the same thing when he was a kid. Well, the chances are lower though, but I mean, I'm just saying. Although if he would have done it at his age and got caught, he would like be like really shamed for it. It's like, how dare you, look, you're a little criminal. Now, I don't know how the police responds. I don't know if they even care anymore. Yeah. Creates a shadow for I know. What? I don't know what you're talking about, classical homeopath, but I do know that they do all kinds of shadow profiling. But I've never signed up to it. And I've, well, at least at first made sure that there would be no photos of me on Facebook. Like, I really ensured, because it was like a whole fucking Facebook hype at the time. Everybody was just putting shit on Facebook, and I'm like, no, you don't put my fucking picture on Facebook, or I'll literally destroy your phone. Friend with getting creepy, friend with it. Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about? What's my opinion on apparition that sometimes appears in photos? Yeah, it's weird. I mean, yeah, weird, spooky things, right? It's spooky. Spooky things are weird. So, I don't know. All depends. I mean, photos are weird all by themselves. I mean, because they're all like people. I can collect like spiritual metadata from photos about people. And that's really weird to me. And there's some people out there, myself, I'm not entirely sure whether I have it, that have this ability that they can just look at any photo and then tell whether that person's alive or not. When you zone in. That's also very weird. Arguably even weirder than, ooh, a spooky thing appeared on the photo. Okay, Aries 106. Bro. Frank, could you please stop doing that? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. This all seems like really useless information. I don't want to know characters that have played skins or games, okay? I don't give a shit. Especially fucking GTA. I hate that game franchise. I fucking hate it. The whole thing should have been deleted. Just hacked out of existence before it came on the market. It's been a horrifying influence. Yeah, I'm gonna just kick him out. You're right. He is a fucking bot. He's been a bot. He's been like this forever. I'm just done, dude. I'm done. You don't know how to communicate normal language. You don't respond to requests. You just talk this weird, aberrant bullshit. Done with it. It was nice knowing you. I'm done with it. Get a point. Because it fucking ruins my show. Like, I get stuck because of that crap. Because I don't know what to do with it. And everybody else shuts the fuck up. Right, so yeah, the next person that's gonna be like, hey, did you see that stupid little thing in your neighborhood somewhere? I'm gonna just immediately delete you. Because that's technically what this was. I didn't identify it quick enough. It's happened before. Some stupid weirdo bot thing just comes in, starts talking shit like they're a human being. Like, say things that nobody ever says on this show. In my chat. And his name fucking sucks. Who the fuck puts hey at the start of their fucking YouTube handle? Retard. Fuck off. You know how annoying that is? Having hey at the start of your freaking handle? Right, done. That's not happening anymore. Right, anyway, still got 50 minutes. Can get real. Hey, Terra 306, good to see you. Alright, so yeah, whatever direction, guys. Whatever direction. Could take in any direction. Except for, I don't give a fuck what supposedly somebody tripped over their shoelaces down the lane, okay? I don't give a fuck about that. I want to talk about things that actually have a freaking point. Okay, Tarot. Yeah, no, I never had Facebook. Is there Dutch equivalent to the mafia? What the fuck? Sure there is. It's called the government. But I mean, yeah, there's plenty of mafia figures everywhere. From all over the place. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we don't have a Dutch specific thing like that, no. I mean, there's probably people that think they're like that, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't want to get into it, if you don't mind, okay? I've hung around with people that were arguably pretty fucked up in the past, and that were engaging in criminal activity. that I'm very certain of, and I don't really like to talk about it. And I try to stay the fuck away from all that. Okay, the bad guy, sure. But I mean, there have been like criminal figures that have been eventually arrested or shot and shit in the Netherlands. Sure, they're here. But, like, who cares? Of course, I mean, yeah, the police is gonna care if they're tasked to care. I think there's a little bit more to worry about. I mean, it's like, oh, there's some mafia figures in the net. Yeah, excuse me, but our entire nation's being unraveled by the government. Where farmers are literally getting just forced off their land and shit, and they're trying to transform everything, basically steal everything away from the original people that have been living here for generations. I think there's a little bit more concern with that than who's some stupid drug criminal or whatever. John Wick movie. John Wick's retarded. The entire movie series. I mean, it's entertainment, but it's also fucking retarded. Okay, Aries 106. Well, sorry to hear about that. Sucks to be you. There have been no mosquitoes here that I've noticed. So I'm doing fine. It's your words, Aries 106, not ours. What's a good natural mosquito repellent? Citronella? Like certain plants that kind of smell a little bit like lemon. That kind of works. So I've heard. There's like concentrated stuff of that. I mean, it might work. I don't know if it still works on mosquitoes out there. Smoke, yeah, sure. Lemongrass. Is that it? Yeah, could be. Aren't those smoke? What? Spiders? Yeah, definitely. Spiders help a lot with mosquitoes. Also, yeah, the biggest trick is to make sure that they don't get in, right? Because I personally, I always have my door open for the fresh air. If you just keep it open like that with your lights on, yeah, mosquitoes are gonna get in because they're gonna be attracted by both the heat and the average CO2 levels in the air from my breathing and the light that's in there while it's dark outside. So yeah, if you want to avoid that, then make sure that, well, wherever the window or door is open for the fresh air, that it is actually covered up by a curtain or cloth so that there's no light inviting the bugs in through that opening. Yeah, it's a little tricks. Very basic. It matters a lot. So when I have my when it's like mosquito-y type weather outside in the evening, warm evening, right? Or night, make sure that the curtain goes over the door. And then they don't go in. Right, yeah, well, yeah, if it's like really heavy mosquito infestation and there's like a swamp nearby, yeah, then you can go at it by inserting natural predators against mosquito larvae, right? Although they could also then, well, kill the rest of all the life in that pond. So, but for example, if you have dragonflies around, that cuts down on the mosquitoes. Because dragonfly larvae like are predators a lot, and they'll just eat the mosquito larvae. Bullfrogs, right? Yeah, frogs, sure. But also a good way to naturally combat it is by having bats around. Like we actually have bats here, and they're being kept here with nests. So there's like bird nests in the forest, but there's also bat nests. Because in the summer, well, those bats go flying around in the evening and scoop up all the mosquitoes. It's excellent. Great. And they do a pretty damn good job at it too, like even better than the swallows would in the past. There used to be swallows doing that in the Netherlands a lot, but for some reason, I don't know, they've gone extinct or they're just barely there anymore. I don't know why that is, why the swallows have so much trouble. But bats are apparently replacing that, actively being done. And yeah, that works great. I'm not Batman. Stop being such a baby, Aries. Right, yeah, dragonflies work great. Indeed, Aries. You think you're curious? Yeah, but it's horse shit, Derek. First off, viruses don't exist. And yeah, bats, I mean, yeah, they can have rabies if they're like really wild bats that are like in the middle of the jungle and shit. Hang around shitty bat caves. Yeah, they might get rabies, right? But I mean, these bats are like, they're basically domesticated bats. They're not from the deep forest. They have bat nests that are pretty much right on the edge of where buildings still are. So bats here, they're not sick. And they're just fine. Nobody gets sick. They don't come and bite any person or cattle or anything. Get out of my face! It's a big fly, a big ass fly. What about other pathogens? Well, what about them? Just keep the place clean. Okay, Dutch bats are bigger? Is that what you're saying? They're bigger or they're greater? It's not helpful, Aries. Could you please stop typing like you're a freaking 6-year-old? Could you just get serious? Could you not be like drugged up or whatever the hell you are and just act like a normal person in my chat, please? Ugh. Man, people wouldn't want to be around bats anymore. Well, their people are ignorant retards. Who gives a fuck what they want? They want to take a needle in their arm still. So go fuck them. They'll die off soon enough with their own idiocy. I mean, bats are great. They're kept like in the official natural program. They're not gonna get out. Those people aren't complete retards that are managing that. They're not just gonna start like carving up nature or killing things off because some stupid climate cultist tells them to. Yeah, those people can literally measure empirically to test claims that these garbage climate propagandists talk about, and they know that it's all bullshit. So they're not being fooled by that. And they're the ones that actually set policy for those types of things. So no, nobody cares if some stupid weenie boy or some stupid old lady So like, hey, bats, go fuck yourself. Go watch CNN again. Nobody cares. Bats getting a bad rep. Yeah, no, I have bats are not. They're just kind of weird. They look a little weird, and yeah, wild bats can be pretty fucked up. I mean, I wouldn't want to be bitten by a jungle bat, if you know what I mean, like that. That would because they have freaking parasites. But I mean, everything in the jungle has parasites, right? But if they're just like bats that are kind of domesticated, kept. Well, first off, they're not the type of breed that's gonna bite humans or cattle or anything. They're gonna eat mosquitoes, and some of them might like eat fruit or something. I don't know. But yeah, let's just say if you're gonna breed bats, they're not gonna like get the vampire bats that actually like to drink the blood of animals. That kind of shit. No, they're not gonna have those breeds here. Because that would be kind of an hassle, of course. So we just always get the little bats. And then you know them by them like going around in the evening, of the summer when there's all these mosquitoes hanging there, and they just fly around and just scoop them up. And they're cute. I like their vibe. I like their energy. They're like very enthusiastic when they do that. Ah, don't bring that crap up. Fuck's sake. Why? Why would you bring that up? Why are you guys in such a fucking trash mood? Talking about GTA, beating people up on the street, and this shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Could you please get out of the fucking Satan hole? Could you just not think about trashy shit for a fucking second? Starting to get really agitated here, guys. Could we just not do the trashy garbage? Okay? This is a live show. This is not just a bunch of guys in a weird mood hanging out anonymously talking shit. This is a live stream. Could you please not do that? Hey, Fibroids. Welcome back. It's been a while. Bella Lugosi? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't even know who that is. What? Pokemon? What? The fuck, Derek? Actor. Oh, I did a good impression of him? Oh, okay. Fine. Thought it was pretty standard. I don't even know who that is, classical homeopath. That's the funny thing. It's just the way you do that. I didn't know that was him. I've never even heard that. I've never even seen that. I just do it like but I guess it's a really spot on impression. Okay. Is the center parting? What? Alrighty then. Hey, sun. Ah, the sun is back. Ah, I missed it. See? Yay. Nice and blue sky in between there. That's great. Oh, now I get what you mean. Right, he can't see himself in the mirror, but his attire was always perfectly symmetrical. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's kind of tough doing that without being able to see it in the mirror. Although, wouldn't he able to still see his clothes in the mirror? Just not his face and hands? But yeah, I mean, that all depends on which type of vampire movie standard you're gonna go by. That's a nice little area I got. I know! I'm really happy with it. I mean, if it wasn't for this outlook, I would have been gone a long time. But I mean, it's a really great spot here because of what it looks out over. And I basically got a whole roof up there. You can just walk on in the middle of the summer. It's excellent. Great. Like, I could technically, if I find some interesting girl or whatever, like invite her over for dinner and then just have dinner in the summer on the rooftop and everything with her. Just put, I don't know how I do it exactly, but I mean, I could technically do that. Yeah, I can figure that out just with the table and shit. Couple of chairs. Or we could just do the balcony, but I mean, it can be, I mean, it is a nice extra advantage that's not really official part of the of the package. But I just got that roof. I seem to be the only one doing that, by the way. I mean, all the other flat block apartments out there, because there's more of them, they have that option. Nobody ever does it. I'm the only weirdo that actually does that, I guess. That's just walking around on the roof occasionally during summer. Because everybody else is just too scared or something. Or it's like, oh, that's so abnormal. Well, screw you. I got a whole place to myself. Armin's rooftop bistro. Yeah. I couldn't do it official. But it is kind of a nice idea, though. It would be pretty cool to have like just like a rooftop type of like an outdoor little restaurant thingy, really tiny, but then on the rooftop. That would be pretty cool for summer, though. Yeah, stargazing. Yeah, and the times that it is really clear skied at night, I've seen some pretty beautiful starscapes out there. So, although we're still like in the middle of a city, and usually, the light from the city itself does drown it out a bit, unfortunately. You have to get away from the city to see the stars better. A small grill? No, Steamy Traveler. No. If I do that, I'd probably get into trouble. I mean, I could potentially do it one time, but there is a chance that somebody might call the police or whatever. Because I don't, like, the people in the building don't appreciate that. You're not supposed to do that. And if I really wanted to do like a barbecue, I could like do it on the grass. Like I just have to have a barbecue thing, get it down there, and then do it there. I mean, other people have done that. That's perfectly fine. Maybe I could do it on the roof, but it's not supposed to do that. Ah, man, I'm hungry, and now you're bringing up a barbecue. It's, yeah. Hmm. Anyhow, let's get us some of this. How do I feel about Thai food? Yeah, it can be nice. I'm not a regular eater of it, but sometimes it's like, yeah, I could go for that. I do prefer Thai food over Chinese food. But I mean, I don't really know how to make it properly. I'm not a Thai chef. I do things more Indonesian style. Mm. talking about barbecue as I eat greens. Yeah, I gotta eat something. I could do like with a hamburger or something. Or some chicken satay. But yeah, Thai food is just fine. Although I do typically avoid any pork. And most Asian kitchens do really like to add it, especially China, they put it in everything. So if you leave out the pork, I'll take most of it. Well, yeah, don't add any weird things like insects or whatever, please. No fried creepy stuff. Thai food is spicy hot. Yeah, and I like that. I like hot. I mean, I even put like red chili peppers on my pizza regularly. I like hot. Hot is good. It's also healthy for me. And yeah, Thai food is doable. You don't handle it well? Well, you gotta have like extinguisher fluids with you. Not literally, but like a good drink to get the hot off you. So a good drink would, for example, be, or some people might drink milk. I would prefer, because I don't drink typical milk unless you have raw milk, right? But like the coconut rice drink, great. Like if it's like too hot for you, then just drink some of that. Mango, yeah, maybe, could be. There's all kinds of things, but just make sure you, yeah, if you know, like, oh, I might not be very good with the hot stuff, or keep it separate from the rest of the food, so that you could be, that you don't like mix it all up before you know how hot it is and all that, of course, and like, yeah, have a good drink along that you know helps against if it's too hot. Just be prepared. Whiskey? Jesus, Stevie, I wouldn't do that. Karma from the what? I don't know what that means at all, bad guy. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Right, and by the way, Fiber Out, you asked about a book, I take it. I haven't read it. I don't know if anybody has. You can say what it's about. Hmm. Right. What? Oh, she is. Seems like Nathan is already having trouble with his stream and he hasn't even gone live yet. So this could be a very short FED show today. Again. But I'm sure Nathan will be able to stop tinkering at some point. It's not like he rigged his computer so that he can never stop tinkering ever. Oh, okay. What are you talking about, Nadia? Hmm. Right, so yeah, guys, I'm gonna run out. This a bit of a weird mood today. I did have a good item about globe replacement syndrome, but I mean, I guess it's not something that I can fill 2 hours with. It's very hard for any item for me to fill more than half an hour straight. Anyway, I hope you all did appreciate the show. Because I'm gonna get something to eat. All this food talks, like, it's really, like, I'm actually hungry and been talking about food for like half an hour now. It's like, I want to eat something now. Right, so I'm gonna run out. Thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked the show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That would be much appreciated, and I can really use it. Yeah, for food. So that would be great. Right, so I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1603 on a Wednesday, and I'm gonna join the Flat Earth debates, which should be starting up in about 5 minutes from now, hopefully, if everything goes alright. And hope to see you there in the chat. And until the next video, keep it flat.